Okay, seriously, can someone tell me what happened to the lovely spring weather that we had on Monday? I mean, yeah, it basically went from, 40 to, or high 40s to low 30s, but considering the time of year, that actually kind of makes a big difference. So you can imagine how annoying it is when I still have to break out like a third layer for like a hoodie if I have to go out anywhere. It's not fun. I don't like it. It's especially more cumbersome if you have to pump your own gas. Well, me, I really don't have a problem with pumping gas at all, except when, it's like freezing cold with like a super hot wind chill. That's always the worst. Like that, and I've never had this happen to me before, but I wouldn't be surprised if it ever does. Well, actually, I will be surprised if it does, because then it'd be unprecedented. Like, the wind actually got so strong that the door that opens to where the gas cap is, like, completely shuts. And unfortunately, in my vehicle, I don't have one of those things where there's like a little finger hole and you have to like pull it open. I actually have to open a latch from the inside of my car, and that opens the door. Which, in that regard, it's convenient, but then I would have to actually go outside if it was cold out. So, yeah. We've really been having some crazy weather lately. Good morning and happy hump day, everybody. So, yep. It's hump day today. We're just, apparently, well, actually, there's, with several days till St. Patrick's Day, rocking the green tie. And like last year, I am going to be rocking the tie throughout the month of March. Pretty much for as long as McDonald's is going to have the Shamrock Shake out, that's how long I'm probably going to be rocking the tie. Which, I do actually have to get myself one at some point. I haven't done that yet. I should. I say that after having watched a video where, so there's one YouTube channel I watch called Mashed, and they'll have videos like stuff you need to know before eating at this restaurant, or what you didn't know about your favorite shopping store or whatever, stuff like that. And no kidding, the video they came out with yesterday is gross things you need to know before you order at McDonald's next time. And one of them was, in fact, the Shamrock Shake. When it comes to videos like that, it doesn't really deter me, because honestly, it wasn't the case for the shake, but for everything else, like things you need to know about, your favorite fast food restaurant before eating there, or what, people at this one store tell you not to order when you go, stuff like that. And for the most part, I do follow stuff like that. Then again, there are some places I don't really even go to anymore. Even back when I went to like Subway, like the one thing you're not supposed to order there because it's not really that good, or for that matter, fresh, is the meatball sub. I've never ordered the meatball sub at Subway. I've always been more of the steak and cheese kind of guy. I actually get mine with bacon though. Which, everyone knows bacon makes everything better, so there we go. So, yeah. Honestly, for the most part, if it's not the fact that the food they're giving you isn't fresh, it's always the fact that, like, it's not, like, good for you in terms of, waistline, low-calorie type stuff. So, again, it's not very often I go to, anywhere, so I'm pretty much good on that front. There are some places where I will admit I will swear to if, like, given the option. Like, I'll be honest, for, like, me, and it's actually kind of funny considering that for the most part, after every great athletic event I had to go to, fraternity prom, we would go there. McDonald's I've always felt was kind of like the weakest of like the fast food chains in terms of like things I like to order. For me, it's usually just like, actually, for me, it's Wendy's. Wendy's is actually pretty good. I like Wendy's. Maybe there are other places that, I'll go to. I mean, I just told you literally a week ago, I had the fish sandwiches at Arby's. Those are actually pretty good. I mean, I couldn't have meat last Wednesday, so, that's kind of why I had it. But, those are pretty good. So, I like Arby's. I like, let's see, what other fast food places do I like? Well, actually, yeah, I like Dunkin'. Dunkin' Donuts is technically fast food. Yeah, I like Dunkin' Donuts. Interesting fact about that though, the number one fast food like item in all of America isn't exactly something you like eat or ingest. It's actually something you drink. That's right. It's coffee. Yeah. Coffee is actually the number one fast food item in America. Whether it's actually at a chain like Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks, or, you go to a quaint little town that has like one or two coffee houses, that's pretty much what you get. Huh. It's funny for once. Excuse me. This is the part where you were supposed to. If you didn't say, God bless you, that's fine. Again, you see me, I can't see you. Where was I? Oh yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I was talking about how coffee's the number one fast food item in America. Well, the thing about coffee, and don't get me, I do like coffee on occasion. I'll get myself, actually what I usually get are the frozen coffees at Dunkin' Donuts, because I've always been a real fan of slushies, or Slurpees, or ices, or whatever you like to call them that involves cold and ice and all sorts of things. If only there was a place I go to every Friday that really emphasized that. Anyway, so because I dig stuff like that, I always get like the frozen coffees, or if I ever go to a Starbucks, get like a Frappuccino. But for the most part, like, coffee is a really versatile thing. Like, it is. Like, a while back, I mentioned that there are 13 really great places for a bite to eat on Keuka Lake, and one of them is a place called the Pleasant Valley Inn. It's actually literally right outside of Hammondsport. In fact, this is actually a place where if you're a couple watching this, or, if you're someone who wants to take someone special out on a lovely romantic evening, the Pleasant Valley Inn is a place I highly recommend. It's just that, yeah. So it's really that. It's a nice, quiet, somber, sort of lovely little pink. You'll know what it is when you see it, because you'll be coming down the road towards Hammondsport if you're coming from Bath, and you see a quaint little pink building. That's the Pleasant Valley Inn. So, yeah. It actually does live up to its epithet when you think about it, because it's technically in the middle of a valley. And, it's pleasant. You go inside. It's a very clever name when you think about it. With that said, like, I've only been there a handful of times. In fact, I can literally count on my hand the number of times I've actually been there. And one thing I did have there was a coffee-crusted New York strip. I think it was a strip. I forget what cut of meat it was. It was like really good, because seriously, if you've never like used coffee for like cooking steak, do it. It's like really good. Like, foremost, the steak will not taste like coffee. It doesn't. Like, it really, it doesn't add any sort of coffee flavor at all. What happens is, because coffee is inherently very, very bitter, and it really adds a sort of, again, a bitter note to the meat, which is really good if it's on like a strip or say a ribeye, because that bitter note really helps cut through the residual fat and marbling that the meat has, making the fat of the meat itself melt in your mouth like butter. It's actually quite good. So yes, keep in mind the coffee crusted strip I'm talking about. Well, actually, again, I forget what cut it was. So for the sake of for the sake of what I'm trying to convey, let's just call it a steak, because it really was a steak. But this coffee crusted steak, it was a special, so it is likely that you may not be able to get it if, you go there. But another thing they are known for is their scallops. Their scallops they are to die for. They aren't the fish dish on my full course menu of life, but they are pretty darn good. In fact, I would say they are a contender for it, in fact. So, there you go. There, I now give you guys a reason to go to, the Keuka Lake area, specifically Hammondsport, and specifically the Pleasant Valley Inn. So, there you go. For the record, these people are not paying me at all. I just really recommend that place. It's a local establishment, so not for nothing, but what could they pay me? So, yeah. Man, it would be awesome to get some endorsements. Man, it's funny. You think of all the times I talked about how much I like readers, you think like they'd reach out and like give me like some sort of endorsement, but nope. I'm cool though. It's cool. This is I love making videos, and honestly, if I did that for the money, then it would not feel very satisfying. It would not be. It's just like, if you're really passionate about something, then two things would need to occur. The first is that you wouldn't do it for the money. And the second is, if it ever came down to crunch time and you absolutely needed like that last push to get you through, but like you're feeling nervous throughout the entirety of the process of what's going on, if you didn't feel nervous at all, you wouldn't be passionate about it. So, honestly, it never occurred to me, but I've honestly, I guess in the beginning I was nervous when I started making videos. I guess I'm not really so nervous anymore, so there's that. Yeah, that about tears that up. So, final takeaways. Actually, what? I am starting to feel kind of sleepy. Maybe getting coffee wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't know, for whatever reason, whenever I get up early, I never feel like a residual need or desire for coffee. For the most part, I just wake up and go about my day. Which, again, I have had coffee before. I just said I go to Dunkin' like once a week. I go. Nothing. Just nice caramel frozen coffee, which, I'm a caramel junkie. I just mentioned salted caramel ice cream from Deputy Doodah's the other day, so if that's any indication. Man, now I want ice cream now. I want coffee and ice cream. Or, actually, it can't be a float if, yeah, I was about to say a coffee ice cream float, but, I could get a Coke and get coffee flavored ice cream. That would be a coffee float, yeah. Huh. Wheels are just turning right here, ladies and gentlemen. I should probably stop before they turn too fast. So, like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button. I can really support on YouTube. Follow me on the social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. As always, I am very humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I'm very hopeful that we all have a wonderful hump day. And remember, if you guys want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. I will always have your back. Take care. And as always, make good choices.